Hello and welcome back to Everybody Loves Raiken, our 5th edition live play that meets on Tuesday nights. Last time we met, the battle against the Children of Tiamat raged toward its conclusion as two of the three dragons that have directly engaged the party in this finalist of final battles have fallen to the party. Shasharin struck down by Yukikaze, and Bala by Raiken, the last remaining direct combatant being Carasoth. Elsementh maintaining his position out over the harbor with his brood of blue dragons, raining lightning on the battlefield, making sure that it is unclear whom he fights for. Carasoth has been driven into very bloody territory, or roughly 1/4 of his maximum HP. So, let's see if the party can win a decisive victory this session. Haha! On where Carasoth is, and we start with the lightning, but I recall placing new lightning, right? Yes, that's right. So this lightning still has to strike.
Yeah, I think we're towards the bottom of the order.
Yeah, so, I mean, it says start with lightning, but I do recall that there was something that was supposed to happen with Laramentis.
Oh, we wanted to double check about Yukikaze's second wind, or Nalia's second wind. Because that was what I did, was cast Nalia's second wind on Yukikaze, so I think we
right, so
to make sure
Yukikaze needs to heal.
Properly.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to spend his healing dice, his hit dice. That's the word. Yukikaze, are you with us?
Use them all.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you got Nalia's second wind last session, at the end of the session, which means that all of your short rest abilities came back at full charge, and you're able to spend hit dice to heal as though you had taken a short rest. And in your mind, you went and took an hour on the beach or something.
An hour? You mean like 4 hours on the beach?
Sure. It all happened in the span of 6 seconds.
Man, that's how all vacations feel like.
Yes. So, you have your hit dice, which are equal to your level, so you have 20 of them. You're a fighter, so they're, what, D10s? D12s? D10s?
D10 plus... yeah, D10.
Okay, so you may roll a D10 plus your Constitution modifier
Yeah.
to regain HP. And you may do that a number of times up to 20. Until you are, in your eyes, sufficiently healed.
7 at 69.
So while you do that... Yep. Okay, never mind. You don't need to roll a dexterity saving throw. Just Carasoth does. So he's going to take some damage for that.
Good.
Okay, you got all your health there, Yukikaze?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alrighty. And you've got all your abilities that you've had marked back.
I reset them last week.
Okay. We'll move these lightning blasts.
Especially around kids.
Just gonna zap this area. Alright, which means it is Vendar.
I'm excited and nervous.
What you gonna do, my friend?
Alright, well, I'm gonna start off by throwing a fly grenade.
Alright, you're gonna poof a fly grenade at your feet.
Yep.
Alright. There you go. Put that one on you. So you're flying. You now have the ability to fly.
I want to fly up right at into Carasoth's face.
Okay. Your fly speed is your move speed, right?
Yeah, which right now is 90.
Okay.
Noising.
Okay.
Yeah, even accounting for having to go basically straight up over the wall before heading over to him, you should be able to make that in 90.
Okay, and then while I'm going over there, I want to light the bundle of dynamite. And then I want to grab a goo bomb in one hand and the bundle of dynamite in the other hand. And I want to go up and I want to slide a hand so it looks like I just have the goo bomb, hide the dynamite. And I want to yell at Carasoth, "Hey, you weak little bitch! I bet you can't handle this concoction."
Alright, I need to know a couple of things. One, where is your bow?
I would have put it back on my back.
Okay, you're
Oh,
having a
no,
problem of action economy here.
I am.
Yeah.
Takes a full action to put the...
Well, it's part of an action to draw, and it's part of an action to put something away. So your action is you had you bombed yourself with the flight. And so that means that leaves you with your hasted action, which you gotta get your bow away, you gotta get your 2 bombs out, and you gotta light things. You need action economy for all of that. Even if I'm saying certain things are part of other actions, you still, you don't have enough to do all of these things, and still, I don't know what you're planning to tell me you're going to do, but, action economy is a problem here.
So I have 2 actions, right? I have my action, the hasted action, and my bonus action.
Yes. That's true.
It's free to just drop the bow, right?
It's free to drop the bow, so he could leave the bow behind.
Could I just stuff the bow into the bag of holding that I'm already pulling the bombs out of?
I mean, it's all a sheath draw action at that point. So, part of whatever action you're taking, which was you pull the thing out and chuck it at the ground so that you break it and have your flight. So that leaves you with the hasted action and your bonus action. So we can say you use the bonus action, and I think that's reasonable to light the dynamite. That's fine.
Okay, could I do it if I just drop the bow?
I'll say yes.
Alright, I guess I'll just drop
For simplicity,
Doing it.
let's say yes.
on the ground where it was.
The
Makes
bow's
me sad, but
gonna be safer
I'm hoping
behind
this
that
will be the
wall.
end of it anyway.
Yeah, and also I'm close enough, I could pick it up.
Alright, so you're standing in front of him, you're calling him out, so, let's make a check here. Why don't you roll, either intimidation or deception, and he's going to, check with, wisdom. Alright.
So I want to make it look like I have the goo bomb, and it's just another goo bomb. And then throw the dynamite. That it looks like I'm hiding behind my back.
Yep. Insight. Alright, what's your deception?
Use inspiration. So my deception is 35.
Okay. With that, you're going to see Great Carasoth is going to turn his head so that he can, like, move an eye completely towards you, and, you know, not open his mouth directly at you, and say,
"What have you brought this time, morsel?"
Yeah, when he opens his mouth, I'm gonna huck the bundle of dynamite into his mouth.
That's going to be very difficult because he moved his mouth away from you.
Yes, well,
So.
that's what Stroke of Luck is for.
Alrighty. Roll it.
Okay, huh. What check would this be?
You're going to be making a dexterity throw item, so it's your it's your dexterity. It'd basically be, I think, the same modifier as your bow. Yeah, but his AC against it is very high.
Okay, well that would be a 23, but I'm gonna go ahead and use Stroke of Luck.
Alright, what does that do?
Which, well, is this an attack roll or is this ability check?
This is an attack roll.
Alright, then it makes it automatically 20.
Okay.
It's an auto hit. No, you can turn a miss into a hit. So if it's an attack roll, then if I miss, I automatically hit anyway.
Okay, so you hit.
Yes.
You are going to be able to get this bomb into his mouth. Barely, so it's basically just like between his teeth and tongue.
Enough.
Enough that he can spit it out well before it explodes, and you know that because he has legendary actions, he could do that. And he does have legendary actions left. So, what are you going to do to try and make sure it stays in there?
I'm out of actions.
You still got movement.
Could I go and try to kick it in further?
Yeah, you could try that.
Alright.
Because it puts you in danger, I'll allow it.
I'll fly up to his mouth and try to kick it in further into his mouth.
Okay. You roll a strength attack.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not good at those.
Oh no.
Oh, I got an 18 on die though.
Okay. What's that?
So I guess it's just an 18 on die if it's...
Well, plus strength mod, plus proficiency.
Okay, well I have a 0 strength mod. Not
Okay.
negative anymore.
But proficiency is 6, right? So 24.
Yeah, it's 24.
Okay. So you manage, as he's asking this question, throw it in there, and you immediately, like, you see, kind of is rolling his tongue, trying to position this thing so that he can extract it. And you fly in with your extreme speed and punt it. This does put your foot directly in his mouth. But you do manage to get it deeper into his throat, behind his tongue. He makes little gagging noises, like a cat trying to get a pill back out. I believe that's it for your turn.
Yeah, if I can't try to fly away, I guess I'm probably gonna die.
Maybe.
But I kill him too.
Man, we've been here before, haven't we? He's going to...
if he dies.
He's going to attempt to bite down on this foot that you have placed haphazardly into his teeth.
I'll lose a foot if I can get away too. That'd be great. Larmendus, you nearby? Escape Plan Delta?
I don't think Larmendus is super close to you.
I think that's you, Larmendus, on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for you.
But I knew this would be hard, but I wanted to do it anyway.
It's
You only
true.
live once.
Well...
Funny thing to say when I've died twice already.
Oh, yeah, for Vendar, this is gonna be like a third time.
Oh, I need my other, where need my dragon sheet? Not you. Where's my ancient dragon? There's the good one. Oh, yeah, that acetone spell is getting in here. Bite. Okay, so, it's okay. That's only a 34 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
Surprising, I know.
So that initial bite is going to deal 21 points of piercing damage and 14 points of fire damage.
35.
Yeah, not an insignificant amount.
However,
However,
I'm resistant to fire damage.
okay, so you'll only take 7 points of fire damage. So 28 total. But as he bites down on your leg, that large blue eye that was glaring at you as he spoke is going to flare, and you're going to hear in your mind, "Let's taste it together." He is not attempting to sever your leg, but he has bitten hard and hurt you.
As long as you die. I got friends. I'll be back, bitch.
Alright. These are what? Dexterity saving throws? Jesus.
Yeah, I think
Let me
so.
forget. Where's my bombs? Roll saves.
Well, if I'm gonna save, then he'll probably not die, but I'll be fine.
What?
What's a deck save? If I succeed the 18 deck save, which is easy, then I won't take any damage.
From one portion of it.
That's the portion that does all the damage. The thunder damage is only 3d6. I mean, it's gonna be some damage, but I'll probably survive.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually not sure either of you gets the deck save. You know what?
I'd say I'd be fine if that's the case. Shisharan didn't get the deck save.
I don't think either of you gets the deck save. You can roll the con save, and I'll roll the con save for him, but like you said, that's not the major portion of the damage. Alright, he rolled a 19 on die for the con save. I'll roll the con down, the thunder
die
damage,
anyway.
since it's only 3d6.
Well, it's 3d6, but there are 4 in the bundle, so it's 12d6.
Oh, okay. So that's 15, 25, 34, 39. Halved is, what, 19? So, 19 points of thunder damage. Now, I'll let you roll the real damage.
Okay, the real damage is going to be 32 d20s. The last time we just rolled it with the computer because it's
Okay.
d20s.
So, that was 19 points of thunder damage. Make sure that music is still going. It is. Alright. Fine, we can do it that way.
And it's doomed.
I didn't catch that, what?
Because evasion makes it so that when you are subjected to a deck save, even if you fail, you take half damage. I assume since we didn't actually get to roll the deck save, that doesn't apply, right?
Correct.
Take full damage.
They're both
All right,
taking
well,
full
I'm gonna be
damage
typed again.
because it's in his mouth, he can't dodge it, and you're in his mouth, you can't dodge it.
You're ready to revive me. Hopefully I won't have to be reincarnated again.
Now, I would say that because you managed to kick it deeper down his throat and probably most of your body's outside, I would say 75. You take 75% damage and lose the leg.
I'd be fine with that.
Let's find out what it
I'll lose
is.
the leg.
Is this how I do it? It was 32. You said 32 d20s? Is that what you just said to me?
Yes, 32 d20s.
Alright,
Each one's 8.
plus what?
Plus 80. 32 d20s plus 80.
Okay. Hey, it worked. So, if I get out my little calculator here, I say 389, that's 289, 389 times 0.75, that is only 291 damage.
That will kill me. I'm not... 291, you say?
291 is 75% of 389.
Alright, well that is not quite double my total max HP. It is plenty enough to kill me dead. I have 75 health right now.
And here we are again.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh my god.
One piece makes its way to the air elemental, and it just starts spinning in the tornado. It's just like a finger. Waiting to be reincarnated.
Only need one bit.
So all of you see this momentary exchange as Vendar flies up to Carasoth, calls him out, and then pitches this item into Carasoth's mouth as he responds, and then Carasoth bites onto him as he seems to fly closer to try and get whatever it was deeper in Carasoth's mouth, and barest fractions of a second later, a flash and shockwave just pushes back the clouds. What did we say the blast area was on this? Oh, shit.
It's actually not that big a blast area. It's much more of a concentrated blast.
Okay, how big is it though? Because Raiken is right there.
So it's a 10-foot radius for the force damage, and then a 25-foot radius for the thunder damage.
Okay, so let me quickly throw that up. We'll
Did I
say
blow
it's
Raiken
here.
up too?
There. And then you said it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay, maybe
5,
it's not concentrated.
10,
It's a big
15, 20, 25. Okay.
They are too.
So, Raiken,
probably.
you get to make
Well,
the deck. What's the deck save? 18?
Yeah.
Okay, you get to make a deck save, DC 18, and a con save, also DC 18?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't fail them.
Well, I feel like I'm pretty safe on the con save. It's the deck save that's going to screw me.
Okay.
Use whatever resources you need to not fail it, because that's your only hope of not turning into face.
This was amazing.
Like, my con save, I literally have to get less than a 3
Yeah.
to not make it.
Cyrus and Jebel also need to make the con save, not the deck save.
Even though I'm on the ground?
You are on the ground. He was 50. Yeah, let's say you're safe. You're safe from it. Just Jebel. Yukikaze is just outside of it on the other side.
No, I don't think I made that. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay, so you're going to take the 39 points of damage, thunder damage. Assuming you're not immune or resistant to thunder.
I'm resistant.
Oh. Well, then you take 19.
Okay, the thunder damage, you save for all.
Oh, you save for all, and then you take nothing.
The deck save is a save for half, but the con save is a save for all.
Gotcha. I decided to get fancy on this. It was a bad idea. Sorry, Raiken. Alright, how'd the deck save go?
Wait. But he failed the save, didn't he? Jebel?
Oh,
He's just resistant.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's just resistant. So yes, he still takes 19. You're right. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Elisa. That was you're correct. I got confused. He said he took half, so I went. Yeah,
he was taking 19.
It's all Vendar's fault. It's all he confused me.
Well, I was confused by
yeah.
So
how's that deck save going there, Raiken?
Well,
you only need to roll a 19.
Well, no, I need to roll a 15.
Oh, I keep thinking you're at -1.
And I did roll a 15.
Woo!
So I just barely got the 18, and then the con save I got a 34.
Okay, so you take no damage from the thunder. The blast is going to, because of Carasoth's big stupid head.
I don't think I'm even living through this, even though I made the save.
That is going to deal 97 points of damage, force.
Yeah, I am dead.
Well, you're only a little bit dead, right?
Does that take you to negative 100% of your maximum HP?
No.
Then you're dead. You're dying. You're not a pink mist like a couple of people here.
Yes. No, it was nowhere near the my max HP, but it was double what I had left.
See, now aren't you glad you left the bow behind?
That's a good thing. It's all good now because I'm not.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
I should have expected things to go this chaotic this early in the session, but I kind of didn't. Okay.
But it was my turn, and I had dynamite.
Yeah. If only you hadn't been so early in the order, Carasoth could have caused more mayhem. So, yes. 389.
Did I make you jealous, Vendar, blowing up a dragon before you?
I mean, you only did it because I gave you the dynamite.
That is...
I will admit, you killed Shisharan, Raiken killed Bala. I wanted to be remembered as the one that killed Carasoth. Sucks that I had to go down with him, but...
Carasoth explodes. Yukikaze is the one flying where Carasoth was. Everybody goes, Yukikaze killed Carasoth! I will say that is officially the most overkill of the 3 dragons you fought. Pushing it to 114 points past maximum damage.
Raiken didn't have to use dynamite to kill his dragon, so fuck off.
Raiken is afraid of the progress
So?
and technology is what I heard in that
Yeah,
statement.
yeah, me too. I'm like,
Okay.
I didn't need to be big and strong. I made a thing and I blew up a fucking dragon. 2 of them.
Okay. So. Words are exchanged. Fangs are exchanged, and fractions of a second later, the air is splintered, cracked, split apart by the massive blast that is Carasoth's head, as blood, flames, chunks of bone, and debris are flung in all directions. A smoky burst of force flashes out from what was Carasoth's head, and you see the body, long neck leading up to this plume of smoke, contort as the force of the explosion pushes it back and toward the ground. The wings still, like, momentarily flapping by nervous reaction before crumpling, and the body careens into the ground, leaving a crater as it crumples and rolls for several meters. Raiken also flung away from this. You see his halo and wings vanishing as the blast is scoring his body and blasting plates of his armor away. You see him falling through the air, also toward the ground. The echoing blast forces air pressure downward, and while you are not tossed about or harmed by it, Cyrus, you do feel that pressure wave pushing you into the ground, and the flash makes you shield your eyes against the explosion as Carasoth's body comes crashing to the ground feet away from you. You feel it rumble, and you feel the rush of air as flailing limbs drag past you.
I suppose I could have, like, dropped my bag of holding while he was chomping on my leg.
You dropped your bow already. But let's just say, let's roll for it.
Am I rolling?
I am. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
3. Is a 1. The bag is caught in the blast.
It's not good. I may have made a mistake. Is it completely destroyed like it was last time?
Destroyed like it was last time, and everything went into the astral sea.
Yeah. Because that would be bad. That would be real bad.
What else did you have in there?
The black scale and Shishara.
You had 1 scale or 2
my
scales?
God, no, I
Every guy
had
only
the
had
other
the
2
one.
scales. I had the other 2.
So he had 1 scale.
But we need them all.
Oh my God. You gotta be freaking kidding me.
We shall say that there is a spray of items away from the explosion, flying in your general direction, arcing, some of them making it to you, Laramendus, over the wall out of this explosion. Like, you feel like you're being pelted by stone and small debris, and you realize that it is small items out of Vendar's bag, some of which explode upon hitting the ground.
I'm just imagining
Yes,
like a platinum ingot right towards my head.
I don't think I have any of those at the moment.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Mostly
Okay, cool.
grenades and-
I couldn't ask for anything better. You do get directly slapped in the face by a piece of debris, Lair. It is not a platinum ingot. It is the red-scaled hand of a dragonborn.
Okay. I was really hoping that it wasn't
we needed
the scale. Because if it was the scale, I would have had to ask how much damage it did to me, because that could kill me. Because a single scale would deactivate my or my state change. And I have 16 health as Laramendus.
I gotta know if this final heroic act of sacrifice by Vendar is going to kill multiple allies. I gotta. What do you like, Sam? Do you like evens or odds? You know what? There's a smaller chance than that. Pick a number between... Yeah, let's just do 1 and 4 again.
I'm feeling a 4.
Feeling a 4. Whoop. It's a 3.
Okay.
You do see the scale before it gets to you.
I want to ask how heroic of a sacrifice this is when the dragon was already down to a quarter of its health left.
I mean, a quarter of a big number is still a big number.
All you know is that about 400 damage killed it.
I feel like this
Now
is the
that
this is the exact opposite of Raiken's whole "I'm going to save it for later."
I'm not going to save it for later and kill everybody.
Yeah, he's not going to save it for later. He uses it, and he also kills his own team.
Only possibly 2 of you. That,
I see it before it happens.
It almost Laramendus.
I get that moment of, oh shit.
That dragonborn hand that hit you just now is, of course, curled such that the middle finger is extended.
Okay, there's no other way.
There isn't, unfortunately. Unbelievable. I'll give you a reaction before this scale gets to you. What can you do with a reaction?
What can I do with a reaction?
Yeah.
Very little.
What could you do with an action?
With an action... With an action, I could grab it with... I could attempt to grab it with Big Bees. The problem with that is... It's magic.
And it might dissipate the Big Bees before the Big Bees actually stops its momentum.
So, like, yeah, the hope would be, like, it would be, like, an interesting roll to try and have it at least, like, begin hitting it. When actually...
Make it interesting. Tell me how we can make it interesting.
Hold on. Let me see if I can... Can I Wall of Force a ball in the air? Okay, so what the most interesting thing could be, I think, is a spherical wall of force, so that it's possible, basically, that we get like 2 chances to stop it. You know?
Gotcha.
Because the first one is it hits the sphere and then loses
stops.
some amount of momentum.
Yeah.
And the best case scenario would be it's about to hit the sphere, magic dissipates.
Yeah.
It gets inside the sphere, magic goes back on. It hits, stays in the sphere, and then
it's rolling around the inside of the sphere until it
down.
dissipates again, and then it falls to the ground.
So I think that's the best thing that Laramendus could do with an action to try and grab it.
Okay. Evens or odds?
Oh, hold on. I can force cage it instead.
Okay.
Which just gives me a bigger playing field.
Okay.
So I think it would also be my last high level spell.
Okay.
So I'll do the force cage as big as it can go.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
So
I'm
with
gonna put it
bars.
between you and this orb of death that is flying at you. And you're hoping that either it hits the outside and bounces off, or it hits the inside and bounces off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So evens or odds
For the first wall,
I think evens.
it hits the wall.
Okay.
And we'll say that it falls to the ground. I'll just put a little bitty dot here. We'll make it. That's the black scale, you said?
Yeah, it's the black scale.
Alright, we'll do this. And Laramendus is there, and you died there. So we'll say that it's here. A dark gray surrounded by gold. The space between you and where Shisharan was is a scattering of items from inside what used to be Tatsuya's bag of holding.
No one can trace that back to
No,
us
no, no, no.
anymore.
Like,
Forgot that we stole his bag of holding before because the other one had blown up.
the other one had already blown up.
Yeah.
The lesson we learn here is Vendar should not be given a bag of holding.
Or Vendar should just be given lots of bags of holding.
Yes,
One
I need
is
more back
significantly
holding.
more sustainable than the other.
Yeah, but we're rich.
Okay. I think the last thing I can do to try and make this big scene worth it, feel good, is Leah.
Yeah.
The air around Lorelei is going to seem to catch fire. As you see this explosion, out over the wall, as Carasoth's body begins to fall away, and you can see that the end of his neck is trailing smoke, and it's unclear if he still has a head or not. And you see that between you and Carasoth's falling form is that of your father, as you watch the angelic wings and halo fragment away into glowing motes of lightning blue light. You can see that he is falling potentially fatally. The air around Lorelei is going to come alight and begin to crackle with a hearth flame, and you will hear the voice of Zintharamil as he says, "Do you wish to save him?"
Yes.
"Then take my hand."
She'll do so.
You reach toward Lorelei, and you find that her form vanishes, replaced by a somewhat ghostly image, sort of transparent, so a little bit see-through, version of Zintharamil, standing full and regal-looking in his leaf attire with his floral crown. He looks very serious and determined as he grasps your hand much more corporeally than you expect by the translucent nature of his image. And as you touch his hand, you're going to find that, as before, the earth beneath you is going to splinter as large blades of grass, shoots, and flower stems spring up around you. And as these fall away, you find that you are there, falling through the sky next to your father.
Okay, how far to the ground?
About 50 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna use because Phase Step doesn't bring people, so I'm gonna use Dimension Door.
Okay. You cast Dimension Door. And the three of you...
He's unconscious, so he doesn't have a choice.
Yes, he is unconscious and does not have a choice. You open the portal and appear on the ground. As Ntharmil kneels next to you, helping you set your very heavy father down.
Yeah, I imagine that when I land with the Dimension Door, it's on the ground, sideways, like not upright, because I would fall by his weight.
Yeah. He helps you lay your father on the ground. And you see him, looking over the man's body, the armor plating all over him, scored, cracked, broken away by the explosion, bleeding from multiple wounds, very, very unconscious, and probably at death's door on this. Have you got any spell slots left?
Yeah, but I just used Dimension Door.
Right. This is not really in combat turns, this is cinematic.
Okay.
So, given that you do have some of Ntharmil's power still in you, Ntharmil is going to place a hand over Raiken's broken breastplate and look to you and say, "Return some of my power, and we can revive him now." Which translates to spend the spell slot.
Okay, yeah. I'll do that.
You place your hands on top of his, and you see his form become opaque, as though he's really, truly physically there for a moment. It pulses like a heartbeat, and you see this power spread over the breastplate and then seep past, flowing in waves into Raiken's body. Raiken, you are going to regain 35 hit points and consciousness.
Okay. Raiken, yes, will open his eyes. Kind of like rub his head. He's still like laying on the ground. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm like tossing my arms around him and crying and thanking Ntharmil.
God! Like you jump on him, he's just like, oh, like all the aches in his body. Kind of like all hit at once. What happened? Did Vendar do something stupid?
He got himself blown up again.
Yep, that makes sense. Is he completely gone?
I don't know.
You didn't have much time to think about it.
I didn't have a chance to see it either.
Yeah. Ntharmil is going to, that pulsing that was making him seem real and solid is going to stop, and he's going to fade further. But he's going to smile and say, "I couldn't let my night fall." And he's going to raise his eyes to Leah and reach out a hand to brush the hair away from your cheek and say, "Or let a girl grow up without her father."
Raiken will make sure to kind of do a little salute, still laying on the ground. Thank you, Lord.
I give him a soft smile.
He gives one last smile before fading completely, and Lorelei reappears, sort of fluttering down, looking exhausted, landing on top of Raiken's breastplate. She just sort of looks around and says, "Did we win?"
Well, it looks like that dragon's at least gone.
You can see a little ways, very nearby, honestly, the crumpled form of Carasoth, pushing up snowbanks and dirt around it as smoke rises from somewhere slightly out of sight.
Yeah, like, Dimension Door has 500 feet range, but Leah didn't think about where to land, only somewhere safe.
Straight down.
Yeah. Well, probably a little down an angle, so he wouldn't get a dragon on top of us.
Yeah, it was falling, off to the west here, so...
Yeah. But we're close, yeah, definitely.
Alright, so I'm going to... Oh, I can't suspend initiative.
We kind of have to escape some lightning blast coming our way as well.
There's a little bit of that, isn't there? Nothing here is going to stop you from doing it. So, let's say that you are able to drag yourselves out of the light. Grabbing things that I don't want. Out of the lightning with a great lack of ease. Alright, so I will suspend initiative. The lightning strikes. Boom, ba boom, boom, boom. In great pillars of electricity. Several, as you can see, hitting the fallen form of Carasoth. Momentarily giving it a semblance of life as the muscles all contract and spasm. But he does not rise. After that last blast, the remaining dragons that have the ability to do so flee their engagement with the armies. You see that they have succeeded in killing scores, perhaps hundreds. Hundreds of soldiers have fallen in exchange, but the loss of dragon life, being how long-lived they can be, is certainly the greater price paid here. The sky is going to roll with thunder, but the lightning will stop. You have some minutes here to interact, to think about what has happened, so... Laramendus, you know where the scale landed because you did your force cage to stop it. What would you like to do about it, or the extended middle finger you have?
I think that Laramendus is going to put the hand in his bag of holding.
You've obtained the item Vendar's expressive digit.
It's now a focus for Bigby's hand. Oh, he doesn't really want to go and grab the thing, because then he's going to switch back and forth between being the Abishai and, Hail, and on death's door.
He only got lightly singed, or seared. Really well seared.
He is, he's had less HP when he was level 2. I do think, though, Paramendus is going to telepath and be like, we need to start the rituals to seal the dragons. It looks like I'll start with Shisharan.
Yukikaze would have already gone back to the armies and then started instructing the sealing teams to move in the position.
They are ready for that. So the sealing begins. These are large-scale rituals that have a great deal of setup, long incantations. As I said, the ritual takes about 2 hours. Was it 1 hour? 1 hour.
I think it was 1 hour because the window to
the window is 2 hours. Yes. So the ritual takes an hour, and more people helps, and in some cases is in fact necessary. But yeah, it takes an hour to do this. Were the Tritons instructed on performing these rituals?
Yes, Laramentus would have included them in it. Because he would have been... Laramentus would have been concerned about enough of us falling to make sure that a decent number of people were able... Like, a decent number of, sufficiently powerful casters would be able to participate.
They had begun to impart you with knowledge on truncated rituals. I imagine that since you had the 10 days with them, they by now would have figured out some ways to harness the power of multiple ritualists to truncate these. So I think that, especially if they're included in the ritual team that Yukikaze has pulled, that will be possible. Not that it, is a big deal in the scheme of this scene. It's still meaningful in the course of this world's development.
Yeah.
So, you cast the rituals, breaking your casters up to the 3 locations, the 3 bodies, with the respective scales, and performing the ritual as recorded by the Platinum Sentinels. Upon completion of those, you are going to find that the bodies of the dragons change before your eyes. As soon as the ritual is completed, you're going to see that the sphere, the scale itself, seems to take on an almost dull cast. Its aura has shifted, and approaching it, you find it is no longer pulsing with magic. The apparently glass surrounding the scale seems no more special than you might find in common pottery. The scale, however, feels more alive than it did. The luster of the metallic scale seems enhanced since the ritual was completed. But more interestingly, the dragons themselves, their bodies, seem to enter a complete and nearly instant rigor. All of the seemingly layers of soft protective flesh rolled beneath the scales of their armored bodies seems to go rigid, and touching them, they feel almost like stone. And I'm sure there are those among the soldiers who would think to take prizes from the bodies of these dragons, test them with weapons. They find the weapons are damaged upon attempting to take anything from the dragons, and their bodies are nearly immune to any type of harm, which could explain their immediate, vivaciousness upon being resummoned at the beginning of all this.
You mean just because they lasted forever?
Yeah, it seems that some portion of the magic is preventing the bodies from taking any further harm than they have.
Well, Shashard and especially Carasoth are pretty fucked up. Carasoth even have a head anymore?
At the time of casting the ritual, no. The neck ended in a bloody stump.
That's what I like to hear.
But as the ritual completes, the magma that had been exuding from the end of it did stop flowing. And the stump was no longer bloody. They're more like statues or something. But that is moot in the face of the armies calling formations and shouting to you warnings as the Blue Dragon horde approaches from off the coast.
Here we go.
As the rituals complete, the Blue Dragons seem to be aware of that fact and move in.
Is someone gonna revive me?
I think Laramenus would have gone to pass the hand off to Jebel,
Yeah.
but there's nothing that Laramenus can do until tomorrow, since he can't use Wish.
Am I involved in the sealing?
I mean, it
Up
sounds
to
like
you.
there's enough resources that you don't have to be.
Good. Then if you give me the hand.
Can you get a hand? Yeah, Laramenus will probably hand it off right before the
Handing
rituals
off
begin.
the hand.
It'll never not be funny.
Yeah, give me a hand.
Give him a hand. Alright.
Let's see. That's 1,000.
I don't know
So
how you'll
I
ever
have
be able
that.
to afford it.
So an hour passes.
Did you reincarnate him again, or did you cast a higher level spell on him?
Yes.
What do you think it is?
Yeah.
Come on, of course it's reincarnate.
Come on, I get to use it twice.
On the same guy, even. Fingers crossed he ends up back as human. Be hilarious.
That would actually be very perfect. Like back to where it was. But the chance is rather low because it's such a big list.
Sam, you have the
Yeah.
list, right? Right?
I'm pulling it up now.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm nervous. It better not be a fucking grog.
I swear.
There
If
are
I
a
am,
lot
I'm
of
gonna-
things
I'm
that this
gonna
one
ask you
can
to
make
kill me and do it
work.
again.
Imagine he comes back as a flump.
This, however, I do not think it is one of them.
Okay. I have the list.
Pull out his pistol and blow his brains out. Do it again.
Oh, if we come back as a cat person, that would be great too.
It would be great. I'm hoping for tabaxi.
Alright, roll your D100.
67.
67.
God damn it, what am I?
I'm gonna DM Tristan with
Priceless
God.
reaction.
I better not be a fucking grog.
I'm thrilled. It's poetry.
It's poetry. That
God, this
is
awesome.
poetry.
Somebody tell me. Come on.
Yeah, no, you putting us on the like.
Alright,
Nah,
alright.
I see.
Here we go.
See, you fucking know.
You cast your
Wait,
ritual.
Wait,
What?
you should like in the Discord pop up a picture of what it is just as you say it.
Okay.
That's a lot of work.
Second.
I mean, we're gonna get it a little delayed though. We're gonna get the picture.
So
first.
based on Sam's reaction, it's either A, a human, B, a gnome, C, a grung, or D, the Dragonborn he went in as.
More E.
Oh,
Or
I think
E is a
E was
backseat.
100.
Or E, a
Action could
flume.
also be an option.
Ah, fuck me.
He's gonna be a flume.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not on the
If
list,
it was a
but it
flame,
would be very
my
funny.
reaction would have been, "You lucky bastard."
Oh, I'm worried.
Happening here? Why isn't it? Okay. Thank you. It was just taking its time. Pasted 3 of them.
No,
Alright. So,
He's gonna be a kobold.
you perform your ritual and complete it a little after the sealing ritual's complete. So by this time, everybody gets to gather and see. As the...
Hold on. I'm placing bets with Raiken on what it's gonna be.
Okay. You place a bet. Money changes hands. The hand, the red-scaled hand of a dragonborn, fingers still curled in a lewd expression, sits on the ground among several runes dug into the dirt as Jebel performs the ritual, incanting in the voice of the earth itself. And the hand, as he completes it, rises slowly up off the ground and is engulfed in light, begins to glow from within until it becomes light, still flipping the world off momentarily before seeming to melt into a ball of light. And this ball of light pulses momentarily. You can feel waves of energy coming off this warmth, that of life, radiating out from it as the orb grows and then begins to elongate and slowly form into a humanoid shape. And as it stands there, slowly taking greater and greater detail of form, you see, 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, elongated seeming form, and then you see those legs go digitigrade, like that of a dragonborn. But this body seems a bit skinnier still, lacking any definition of color or, hide of any kind. But that elongated head, you see, then splits toward the top into 2 long ears. And as the transformation finishes and hide does appear, it would help if I was selecting the right window, you find that Vendar has taken the form of a Harangon, a rabbit person.
I'm a rabbit person?
You're almost a tabaxi.
Hey, you can turn yourself out of bag of holding now.
You know innately that Lynn is going to love hunting you.
I don't like that.
I think you'll have fun.
Was it they get to jump, but they don't have resistance to fall damage?
He's gonna love you a whole different way now.
Delicious.
If she does it, then reincarnate me into something else. You can make it work.
I think the Raven Queen's gonna be happy with you.
Vendar, unbelievable. 2 reincarnations in 1 campaign, 3 different bodies. 1 in the final battle.
So I'm a rabbit man now.
You're a rabbit man now. Very good looking, especially when she put the hat on.
Gonna need to put some holes in it though for the ears.
Picture?
How what?
You got a picture, right?
Yeah, it's in D&D Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Where the roll was.
What color are you?
What color would you like to be?
Pink.
Black and white would be probably your colors. Black main color with a white underbelly.
No, you're a red dragonborn, so go with the red hair.
Red hair.
Orb. Is that the opposite of an orb of annihilation?
Yes, that is what I meant. Red hair. H-A-R-E.
Yeah.
Hair. So, rabbit. You're going to have to find something to wear. Your hat survived and floated to the ground somewhere among your effects because it was magic.
I'll look for my hat and armor because they're both magic.
Yeah.
And hey, it's a good thing you left your bow behind.
Yeah. And then I'll go retrieve the Gooinator.
Did
But I lost
what's his name
my-
survive?
Oh, yeah.
Squeakers?
Lord Squeakers the Second.
May he rest in pieces.
I'm
Oh, he's
sure
gonna kill
he's
you.
around. He's he's divine.
You don't
that
see
doesn't
him
stop Kubrick from
on
dying.
immediate inspection of the area, but you begin gathering your effects anyway. And it is while you are trying to gather up your stuff in the absence of your bag of holding, you do find that several of pretty much anything that was contained in a glass jar has broken upon hitting the ground, and several of those were explosive. So there are a bunch of craters around, but anything that wasn't explosive or fragile has survived the fall.
So like my musket and my pistol.
Your musket and pistol are there. They're, damaged by the fall, but nothing mending can't fix.
That's a good thing I was out of TNT.
Well, TNT is relatively stable. Nitroglycerin is not stable, and that would have blown up.
Yeah, I don't got any of that though. Turn on the dynamite.
So, as you are gathering your effects, that is when the army calls formations and begins pointing spears and other weapons and shields toward the sky. They had been, those that weren't doing the rituals had been busy gathering the fallen, the dead, the injured, separating those, and treating the wounded and taking final rites for the dead. The army rushes to meet this incoming foe, if it should prove to be so, as the bulk of the brood of blue dragons remains aloft. You do see that one absolutely massive blue dragon, which you have seen once before over Tuka, descends, accompanied by a single blue dragon and 2 green dragons. He lands quite lightly, given what he could do to the ground, and waits patiently, watching everyone, but seeming to be able to focus on those bearing more magic, let's say.
You mean radiating with magic? So, wow.
The nearest soldier, one of the subdivision commanders, is going to look to you, General Yukikaze, and say,
Yeah.
"Orders, sir."
Hold positions at the moment, and I would have been flying around giving instructions, so I'll be airborne. I will land, and start walking toward the big blue dragon.
It's gonna take several mendings to fix those guns. You begin approaching the big blue dragon on foot. You may pass through the once mighty gate of this city, now quite heavily damaged and crumbling in many places. Is the rest of the party going to accompany Yukikaze, or let him approach the massive blue dragon alone?
I'm turning.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Leonidas would, unfortunately, join the rest of the party over there.
Are you remaining an Abishai?
It is now too long. It's an hour-long concentration, so
Okay. So,
I am very tired.
Jebel, are you remaining in air elemental form?
I would have reverted to gnome form to cast the. What you use it?
I mean, I will remind you gently that you may cast in wild shape because
Yeah, but I needed access to
items.
Yeah, it's the residuum in my.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right. How long did that willweed last? A minute?
Yeah.
A minute, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay.
Wait.
So, sorry, I saw a green update button. I forgot.
So potions of speed are done too. So that means, do I have exhaustion and whatnot?
That would have happened a while ago.
Yeah, I mean,
You would have
like,
just stopped for a round.
Yeah, it's 6 seconds of I cannot move, and then you're like, okay, I'm back.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like a permanent exhaustion or whatnot.
No, it's just lethargy for 1 round.
Okay.
So you're fine. You are not prone.
I don't know. I feel prone walking up to another dragon.
Yes. Okay. Oh yes. So when the minute elapsed, the Abishai would have regained self-control and fled by teleportation. You guys had a lot going on, so I imagine he was able to do that.
I would not have prevented him from teleporting even if I was paying attention to where he was.
Anyone who did notice him would have seen a very distraught and confused looking Abishai right before he disappeared in a fiery portal.
The Abishai's like, she's gonna be pissed.
Around
If she finds out.
if is good. Around this time, the Abishai's power would have worn off of the dragons. He did not bother issuing new orders because he very much didn't want to be there anymore. And so at that time, they would regain themselves and see Carasoth's fallen form petrified by the ritual. And they... I'm not sure the right word I want to use here. They do not act aggressively. They seem disillusioned, perhaps. They come to rest by Carasoth's form and lower their heads momentarily before giving their attention to Elsementh, the last of Tiamat's active children. So, the party gathers.
And
The third the one who had been force caged, is no longer force caged because it lasts an hour.
Right.
I assume that they essentially do the same as the other 2 dragons, but
I think they're the furthest away. I think that they are going to assess the situation and leave.
very fair.
Now then, the party marches through the once great gate of Watchtower Point, different city, and approaches the massive blue dragon who crackles with electricity as he sits waiting. One can only describe as patiently of a creature his size and stature, as he lifts his head and looks down upon you full of pride, and waits for you to address him.
I will say hello, and it's Azrai, right? Tristan?
Elsementh.
Elsementh. It's like, hello, Elsementh.
You're just going to just see that lip peel back, exposing the long fangs in his mouth as lightning crackles between them. He says, "Hello, mortals. I see you have adhered to the agreement you made with my grand underling, Azurai. Azurai was extremely shrewd in recruiting you to our horde. And I must congratulate such powerful examples of your less longevous races. I dip my head in your honor," and he does dip his head to you, that great horn coming down to mere feet above the ground.
I'm gonna real quick telepath. Do I dare say his, like, what do you fully mean by a horde, by the way?
Do you dare?
You know how this works.
No, yeah, I'm telepathing. Oh, wait. Huh?
We've had discussions around that
Yeah, I know.
quite a bit.
I'm trying to refresh my mind as the player too, in a sense.
So, I mean, the discussions that we've had before were that basically the deal that we struck with Azurai put us essentially in Azurai's horde. So we are people that work for him to some extent, but also gain some amount of protection from him because we belong to him. So, like, most dragons are like, don't fuck with my shit, and we are his shit.
So, real quick, do we
Elsementh's statement makes it sound like, you know, Elsementh has a broader view of his own horde.
I actually don't even know what I want to say to him, in all honesty.
You can always cede the floor to an ally.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words, really. Do you have any idea? It's like, I'll actually say, Larry, do you have anything smarter to say than I would?
I mean, the smart thing is to not put yourself in a position where you are talking to a dragon of this stature.
I know.
Failed at the first hurdle.
But I think Azurai also understands our capabilities too. That's why he's acting the way he is.
This is Elsementh, not Azurai.
I always get it's a name. I'm sorry.
Elsementh starts with an E.
Okay, all right, I'm done.
It's a vowel name.
This is why you don't leave this shit up to me. Even though that was like, I play my character this way though.
Tristan, can you say anything when you get Raiken and Yukikaze mixed up all the time?
Yes, I can say lots of things. I'm the DM.
There's no, so real quick, just help out, like, there's no denying that we're his horde though, or like, there's no, it's just the, I don't
Whether
know.
we're part of Elsementh's horde is a discussion more between Elsementh and Azurai than it is involving us. It is probably best not to question or comment on things here.
I'm also wondering, should I go in a respectful tone or more of a neutral tone?
I think an amount of respect is probably warranted, given the nature of the entity before us.
Alright, so I'm gonna stay. I want to say it's like you honor us with your praise. I'm curious. What are your plans from here? Would that be an unwise thing to say? We also can't telepath too long because he's gonna be like he's probably tell that we're telepathic. Everyone went quiet. Did I lose internet?
No, I'm waiting for them to answer your question.
People are thinking.
Okay.
I'm sure. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. We do need to have the discussion with Elsementh about the future. And that is also what we were promised as our end of the deal, was this discussion that is happening now.
Fair enough.
Cookie for the smart lady.
Alright, so if no one else is going to speak up, I am going to say you honor us with your praise, and I was wondering, what are your plans from here?
One should feel honored. The praises of blue dragons are given meticulous and carefully. As for what I plan, I am here to deliver on the end of the bargain you made with Azurai. You wished an audience with me, and I wish a negotiation. Rights for my people, if you wish to call it that. The dragons have lived in the shadows of this world far too long. So, what say you, heroes of the mortal realms? Ready to be the spokesperson of an ancient dragon?
It's an interesting position he's putting us in.
Yeah. Telepathy, but like, because there are the dragons that already exist on Bahamas have that live with everyone, or exist in the world. To be your spokesperson, or to speak for you in what regard? Like, I know you say to get out of the shadows of the current world, or the current state of things, but in what way?
The blue dragons find their freedom in the skies and the storms. I wish for them to be able to ride those storms and bring that lightning to Amaranta unchallenged. From time immemorial, you mortals put such value on the lands and the buildings you put there and the skies above them, that any time one of you little people dared to glimpse one of mine in the sky, you ran for weapons. I wish an end to that. You're going to help me see that age come. My little treasures.
Knowledge of the world, Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
The metallic dragon, because I always give them switch half the time. Chromatic were the ones always tied to Tiamat. The metallic were Bahamut.
Yep. Correct.
And the metallic were scarce and
I mean-
kind of left and stayed to themselves. I always forget
All-
how involved the metallic were.
All the dragons are kind of scarce because they are great, powerful, terrifying beings that either are controlling large swaths of land or being killed for doing so, like hunted or challenged by kingdoms and knights and mages and things. So a lot of them have, over the last several thousand years, found ways to be less noticeable. To answer more directly the question that you asked, however, metallics are the ones who are more involved with people, because people are more accepting of the metallics, because they're good, because they're tied to Bahamut, and generally aren't causing strife wherever they go, like the metallic, like the chromatics usually do.
Yeah.
So he
Okay,
hasn't said anything that's untrue. It's when people see chromatic dragons, they cause problems for those dragons, usually by trying to drive them out or get powerful knights like yourselves to kill them.
Yeah, I was just making sure I was on the right train of thought with that. Then thank
Yeah.
you for, because I would know. That would be something I would know. So I'll speak up and say, so you wish to be involved in the world like the metallic dragons live in our world, but more. You wish to just follow more of the path of a metallic dragon and have the masses recognize you as dragons not wanting to destroy their livelihood and coexist. Not.
You're likely familiar with the others of my kin, the red and the black dragons, Carasoth and Shisharin. Their love, their raison d'etre was always conquest. They sought to take lands and people and make them theirs or make them mud. And that is how they got off. Destruction, ownership, more destruction. Blue dragons, just my glorious self, well, we lead a quieter existence. Possessions needn't all be gathered into one single place to still be possessions. As you are well aware, you go where you please. You do the things that make you so desirable. But you are mine. That being said, I can't say that we wish to come and live among the people all goody-goody like them gold or brass dragons, no. But we wish to take back some portion of the skies without having spears launched at us from afar, or our own magic, he says, sneering at the wizard, turned against us.
So you wish to have your own part of the world carved out and no one to interfere?
No.
Or
all of the skies are ours. We wish no interference when we go to them. We wish these herds people of your lands understand that some portion of their flock is to be made sacrifice to the blue dragons. And they will not go crying to their kings and their paladins to strike us down. That's a simple request.
Or telepath, damn it. Now how am I gonna word this?
Yeah, or the bot is like, yeah, the whole sacrifice thing, I don't think is gonna go over well.
I mean, you gotta eat.
Yeah, no, but how about this? Man, I don't want to I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot is what's gonna happen. I know for a fact I'm gonna do something stupid here. Does it have to be in the form of a sacrifice? You err more on the side of calm and wisdom. Would there be no way to make it to where you don't necessarily have to be goody with everyone, but still have commerce with us?
Why?
Well, it's to have well, in the sense the same why you want to be free in the skies. It's the same situation for us. It's forcing us just to do for you, and that causes, or it's the point of the conflict. It's like with us humans, or it's like with the mortals together. I can't just go in a home and take something, and that causes that other party to have hostility towards me, and then I am not accepted by them.
Right, but that is where you come in. You have, or will have, explained to the people of this world that is how this works. My blue dragons can take what they need from the fields, and we all stay friends.
But then people would just believe they just want to kill you because you're just causing you're hurting their livelihood.
We can work it out with leaders of the countries and stuff to like compensate for lost
Forever?
livestock and such.
Yeah, no,
Just part of the tariffs of the land, right?
but
Brave new world. I mean, they gotta get something out of this.
yeah, but they're not giving anything other than they're just not going to attack us.
That was
That's
kind of the goal, wasn't it? Yeah, they're not gonna wreak havoc. They're not gonna destroy towns and cities and kill people. And in turn, we're gonna give them food.
and not attack them
Leave them
also.
be. Yeah.
Well, that's not leaving them be. That's us catering to them. It's basically them being the rulers of the world. We give them tribute, and then they give just pure ruler because we give them because even in some kind of form of government or taking care of something, they're supposed to take care of you in some form or way because that's what you're contributing to for their services. These we're just giving them so that they don't get annoyed with us and kill us. That's not acceptable. Like, it's not a form of understanding, it's a form of being just I'm not sounding
Well,
good.
let me ask you this: how else are they gonna get their food?
Wildlife?
Is this conversation happening telepathy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they could, like I said, commerce. They can do something for things to receive. Like teach someone magic, or
Protect against pirates or something?
yeah, do some kind of thing to where if they see someone not carrying their blue sigil or something, that they'll destroy them or save whoever's there if they pass by. Like, there's got to be some kind of other thing than just, oh, don't eat us because we're not giving things to you.
I mean, that could be fine. They get fed, and in turn they protect the town into some small capacity, and otherwise don't interact.
Hard this I'm taking so much time because I don't want to be I'm always trying to think of the ways. I don't want to be the guy that's just like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. I want to be the person that's like, if you want to become good, I want to help you down that path, or I want to be like, if there's some glimmer of hope that you're not gonna be a douche, I want that.
Jebel is
He's
just
not
going
looking to be
to
good.
Yeah, I
Jebel's going to
know.
step forward a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Jebel is going to step forward a bit.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, sorry, have you actually dealt with mortal races before?
Over
I mean, proper
thousands
dealt
of
with.
years.
As in, had dealings with. Not dealt with, as in,
Torched, incinerated, extorted, and eaten?
I imagine the answer to that question would be yes, but I meant negotiated with.
The answer is yes. The difference this time is I have a trump card, and that is you.
Right. I mean, so that by and large you'll be dealing with humans who don't live a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you make your initial deal with these humans, and then in a couple of 100 years you come back along and that's nothing to you? But you're, what, 5 generations on? The humans you made the deal with initially, they've been dead for a long time, and you're dealing with their grandchildren's grandchildren, who don't have the same outlook on things.
You've probably noticed that your mortal societies have managed to stay aloft, maintaining their cities and their trade routes over many, many generations despite the interference of bandits, monsters, and dragons. I imagine the current generation of dwellers of those cities have a very different outlook on the world than those that built those cities, and yet they occupy the same buildings and do the same jobs, produce the same livestock, and eat the same soup. So you tell me, tiny morsel, exactly what should I expect should change in a few more generations that couldn't be put to paper and made law?
I believe bandits are illegal. There's a law against bandits. And they still exist. A lot of people just treat laws as not as law, as suggestions. Suggestions that can easily be ignored.
That's why we want to create a favorable relation so that it will last forever.
An equitable solution. Something for something. That way no resentment builds up over time, which is the main issue. I mean, we can go around telling people this, telling people that, but they might not listen to us.
I would put forth to you, mortal, that it is perhaps not in your best interest to make yourself look like less of an asset to me than you previously did.
It's not really about us at this point, is it?
That's a threat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm aware.
it's I'm also a person and a creature of the world that wants all creatures and things to coexist and have, harmony. Like, if you want good relations with the world, I want that too, but it can't be one-sided.
Well, that is adorable, isn't it? And exactly what way is this one-sided? If they're part of the Horde, they're protected from other problems. Just like you.
So you're saying if the places that you take from, if another group are bleeding, you would intervene and stop it. If a group of bandits is attacking a trade route that you know is part of the farming area that you get supplied from is being attacked, you would protect that trade route.
See his eyes glazing over as you talk, and as you finish, he simply blinks and says, "Let me phrase it broadly for you. Things that threaten the value of the Horde are eliminated."
Sounds like what we wanted.
Of course, if it's beyond your usually very impressive capabilities to secure year-round negligence for the doings of my kin, then perhaps a season. The season of the dragons. Immunity for mine during that time. Warning for yours to get under cover until it's over.
Tristan,
Yeah.
where's our golden friend during all of that?
Sotharis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's with the army.
Okay, so she's not hearing any of this.
I would imagine she is hearing this. She is not involving herself because this is your story. She will have commentary later, but this is not her fight. You have an agreement with this dragon, and it would be a faux pas to understate it for her to get involved.
Interesting.
This dragon is more powerful than she is. And it has a horde with it. Or, well, brood.
And it's just her.
Horde and brood are the same thing. For you
are the horde and you are there, so the horde is here too. But to phrase it simply, she's with the army. She may not be in dragon form at this time, and she is not involving herself in this negotiation. Given that she's a very lawful dragon, you can trust that she has a good reason for not being here.
Uh-huh.
Well, negotiate. Negotiators. What say you to Season of the Dragon?
I like that even less.
How?
Yes, how? Explain.
Make a counter-offer.
Do dragons have
Negotiate.
strength?
All of us are afraid of saying the wrong thing.
No, I just want to be I'm sorry. They'll be like, all I can say is like, sorry, thinking of, what to to offer. I'm also trying to be very cordial because you do know our capabilities and what we did here today, but we want to be is respectful.
I know that what went on here today might have not gone so well for you, he says, sniffing in Vendar's direction. Had I been fighting with my siblings against you.
You don't know that for certain.
I know that you would not have had the means to seal them, were it not for Azurai's shrewd negotiations. It seems to me that you owe, and I would prefer action to cordiality.
Okay, I think we can work it out.
Then work
I think
it
the
out.
original thing we were going with, where it's people give you food, let you take part of their livestock and stuff.
But
you ensure that they are protected and safe as part of your horde.
I'm gonna be in my body be like, you're the one that wanted to kill Tiamat anyways to begin with.
Well, now we're in this situation. What are you talking about? How does that relate to anything that's going on now?
He's the only one left, by the way. So technically we have a little bit of advantage because him fighting with the other dragons would have given him more of an advantage. But now it's just us and them.
Well, are we going to renege on the deal?
That's what I'm trying to decide and figure out. I'm not just gonna bow down to him. It's not gonna happen. If he wants to, if there's some way we can make a reasonable thing, then yes. But the choice we made for sealing was to save as many lives as possible and to take care of everyone. I'm not just gonna let them take over and just
around killing people and stuff. And I don't know, what did you think was going to happen when we made a deal with him in the first place?
Well, actually, originally I was just thinking about killing him when he was at later period because we could find the scale with my pendant.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you don't even want to give him a chance,
I do.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing something. I'm not seeing. Like I said, I want to give the chance, but I don't know. Maybe I was just being some weird hopefulness, or not because I didn't know what was gonna happen with this. I've never dealt with
Dragons are not dragons, so
we're making a deal with a chromatic dragon. So
yeah,
it's
not going to be perfect. If we get it as best as it could be, it'll still be far from perfect. I don't know. I say we give this a chance. If they're killing people and it's not going well, then we can always fix that later. At the moment, do you really want to try to fight another dragon right now? I'm all out of dynamite.
You're naked.
You're
little naked rabbit man there talking to a dragon.
I thought he got his armor on.
I went and found my armor. Literally everything I'm wearing is magic, so it's all good. I got there in the face.
I guess I'm at a loss, guys. I don't know. I will go with what the group decides, what we decide as a whole. So please speak up with your.
I think the important part of this deal is that they not be hurting people.
Or not specifically hurting people. I imagine if they're flying around doing their lightning stuff, people are going to get hurt. But as long as they're not specifically targeting people.
Yeah, as long as they're not attacking towns and causing chaos and mayhem. And especially if we can get them to help protect against bandits and monsters and shit that interfere.
I think he's already established that is part of what he will do, and he's...
Yeah, so I think that sounds alright. And if it turns out not alright, then we can deal with that in the future.
You note that as you're discussing this, dragon is just kind of patiently sitting there. He's just tracking his eyes over you, back and forth amongst you, seemingly waiting for someone to speak.
Which one of those is Vendar?
The one with the big red axe.
Yeah, the one with the big red axe.
And I'm right beside you.
Yep.
So I was like, do you want to sell it to him?
I'll go about selling it to him. So what I'm thinking is making a so that they don't take enough to like starve the village or anything. They take what they need. They protect the village like they would anything else in the horde. And in turn, they are not hunted or attacked as long as they're not killing innocent people or attacking towns and causing mayhem. Then they can live how they want and get their food from the. We still have to sell this to the.
Oh yeah, like
leaders. But anyway, that's
the
kind of
idea is that we have to bring them something that can be sold. So
yeah,
this really seems to be a difficult discussion for all of you.
Anyway, so that's
we're just kind of working out the details.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have to bring something to the leaders of the world.
Yeah, but then there's we don't have the power to enforce things though either, because there's the chance that they'll just say we're not going to agree to that.
No, but we should have a.
Well, this is a negotiation.
And we do have a lot of. We should have a lot of.
You have not given me any counter-offers or told me precisely what is untenable about my suggestions, but I shall lower my standards one final time to try to entice you to do your job as my treasures. Elsementh should be a name remembered, and you know how people get remembered in your societies.
Songs,
statues, buildings named for them, or my favorite of your little traditions, holidays. I want a day, since you won't give me the year or the season. My offer is this. We go about our blue business. Business as usual, as you all like to say, for all the year, until Elsementh Day. One night where the skies will light up with the lightning of my brood. Everyone knows when a holiday is coming. They prepare, they celebrate. So they will know when the lightning is coming, and they can choose to take it as they please. Hide, build a shelter, or dance in the glow of our power. One night, every year. Ad infinitum. That means forever.
that could work.
I'd be okay with that.
It'll be a celebration. Think of them like candles that flicker fast and bright and maybe blow up a house. I suppose a candle can do that. Think of them like
One of his can.
But I want them to name that day for me, and I want them to treat it like a celebration, even if they celebrate it underground where it's safe.
Any particular day?
You know mortals better than I do, little gnome. What day is the best day of the year?
Lightning?
Lightning.
Sometime in winter?
Winter.
Longer nights. Easier to see the lightning.
Oh, I'm beginning to like the way you think. Help me continue to do so. Paint me the picture. Imagine a flotilla of dragons soaring through the skies of Amaranta from west to east.
I won't say the times, but I don't think the Tridents are going to want to celebrate the day of this dragon. So,
Well, they'll be underwater.
I don't
Worry
think,
a little bit about the damage.
Fuck
that would
these
be
6
caused.
Tritons in particular.
and it's also a relation that's with them is going to be completely destroyed, which is not a good thing.
I mean, they already knew we made a deal with Elsementh.
Yeah, but we don't have to like.
It's been long enough. What were you had discussed with the general what he wanted in regards to the Tritons? I can't remember the full extent of what that was. Myself, it's
Clevergill.
been months.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with Clevergill. I don't remember everything that was discussed either.
The Feast of Elsementh. Something shard. And then cap off the meal with a lightning show.
Elsementh Day.
I rather like the ring to it, don't you, champion of Cord?
Well, I've always been a fan of lightning.
I'll try not to outshine your god, but not hard.
Wide is Amarantha?
3,000 miles? Pretty wide. Enough that it contains, like, 5 time zones for our world.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering, like, can they fly from west to east in one night?
No, I probably meant to say east to west and did a stupid. They'd follow the sun.
Ah, yes.
But then I said it, and then I remembered at the beginning of the campaign the planet did rotate the other way. And then I decided that was stupid. So. Then I changed it somewhere in the middle. And then I was still set it back.
Now it rotates north to south.
Now it rotates, it's weird. It's real goddamn weird.
every day the planet rolls a die, actually, and that die
Decide
determines
which way it
it rotates. It's nauseating.
Okay, today it's rotating up and down.
Turns out that everybody
How was a
along
rolling charm?
everybody along one latitude are now in the same time zone.
Ah, new neighbors.
So yes, east to west. Too many thoughts in my
Yeah.
brain.
Longest night of the year.
He likes it. Longest night of the year. The blue dragon storming across the sky, leading a storm. Celebration in my name, and immunity for any damages caused on that night. And we are not affiliated with any other chromatic dragons. So if you have beef with a red dragon that does not involve me, we are not to blame for anything they do. The exception of these two, he says, swinging his large head slightly to indicate the two green dragons next to him.
And you won't retaliate against anyone who tries to deal with other chromatic dragons.
No, unless I have a specific deal with them. Their beef is theirs. Beef. The feast should contain beef. That will be a staple of Elsementh Day. Entire sides of beef. Yes.
I'm gonna whisper to Larmendis, are you writing all this down?
I have it. I think, actually, I think that he probably is actually writing it down.
In
Like,
his
he
mental
knows that
book.
he'll remember perfectly. He knows that Ash will also remember perfectly. But I think that he is
It's just part of who he is.
actually recording this conversation and everything. There's a lot of, like, things underlined. And, like, there are also... There are, like, different symbols around different points of the conversation that, to Jebel, looking over Laramendes' shoulder, it's clear that those points in the conversation were the points that the party had conversations about. There aren't... those bits aren't being recorded, but there are just, like, marks that almost look like stray drops of ink and things, but they're... You being part of the conversation, realize that he's also annotating it.
Well then. Speaker for Bahamut. General Yukikaze. What say you to Elsementh Day? Others seem in favor.
Do it. Do it.
I think we can sell it to the world leaders.
I think you could sell
Yeah,
any
I
of
don't
my
have a problem with it.
suggestions.
Oh, I like this one.
There's also... We have allies that have, that if we were to persuade them in any way, I would need to know a bit about 'cause I don't know. Out of character, real quick, Tristan. Other than Clevergill telling me that he's killed a lot of his kin, was there any other real details he gave me about them killing and dealing with him?
I mean, they didn't much. Like, what he told you was that they were tasked by Tresnor to guard the body and the scale.
That was it, okay.
And that was their duty for 1,000 years. They took it extremely seriously. And so, like, there's this concern that it is a betrayal of their 1,000-year job, you know, to leave Elsementh alive. But as Clevergill told you, like, this is the cost of peace that we're willing to pay.
Okay. That's what I was trying to remember. Thank you. I'm sorry that. That's one thing I've learned over playing this game is that I needed to take a lot more notes being a 10-year game. And I didn't take as well notes as I should have. Okay. Can I? Well, yeah, I'll kind of retract what I just started to say then. He'll see Yukikaze deep in thought. Like I'll have my hand on my chin, looking down.
Is this what separated the Dragonborn? The ones who went to Arcosia and the ones that stayed in Toralos? Decisiveness.
No, but I am not someone to take my decisions lightly. I try to think of every aspect and do what I know is best based on my morals and skills. But I am one to take and trust in the words of my companions and allies. And we had what, 3 people speak up for. There are 4 people for the day.
Elsementh Day. Say it right. Think it right.
So real quick, I'm not trying to nitpick anything at all. I'm just, when you say not take responsibility for any damages or not be held responsible for any of the damages you cause on your celebration, would it be that you will also not purposely go on a path that would cause great destruction?
We are going to bring a beautiful, glorious storm to all of Amaranta so that they can all share in the glory that is Elsementh. But as you know, lightning is such a wild force of nature. Sometimes a tree is struck, and sometimes a cow. Delicious cow. And sometimes a home, or even a person. We are a force of nature, General. And we will be unbound as nature intends. For just one night. If you're worried about my kind using the storm as cover to seek vengeance against yours, well, that's what immunity's for.
Wait.
Waiting.
You're just saying that so that you immunity.
Think hard, General. Let's say some mortal does get toasted during Elsementh Day. Let's say that it was an accident. If there is not immunity for it, how would anyone prove that it was not some intentional act? And start up this whole unfortunate discussion again.
No, I got that. I was thinking more of a now vengeance than a at the time vengeance.
I've been asleep 1,000 years, son. Who's around that I could take vengeance upon?
But it was just the wording. I was just getting a grasp of it. But I will err on the side of my companions and we'll try to we will.
What was that word?
Work on getting motivation for I want to say his name wrong again. Elsementh Day.
We will make Elsementh Day an Amaranta holiday everywhere. I know you will, because I know you can. That's why you
over the
my horde.
Over the pod, like this is like, do or do not. There is no try.
Oh my god. Now, out of character, in any kind of world, like we have our knowledge of the physical world that we live in now and whatnot. Even back then, or even in our, there would be such things as lightning rods, wouldn't there?
I mean, I'm sure that some people have noticed that lightning's attracted to metal and use it to keep other things from getting struck, yeah.
There's a certain amount of aim that dragons can enforce in their magic. Well, I get not their extraordinary abilities.
Yeah, but that is forcefully if they're just being forces of nature, and this. Do
know, so Yukikaze is aware that there is the capability of magic to mitigate the damage from dragon breath. Because he's holding it.
And also,
but imagine Elsementh requesting really big lightning rods in certain areas so that more dragon lightnings get pulled to the same location to make them more epic.
Oh, yeah.
like when you go to the Science Museum and they got the Van de Graaff generators and the lightning show, it's a good show. Wants everyone to experience the Van de Graaff generator show.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, this was a quick thought with that. But so I said my piece with that. So we're doing one day where they're gonna let loose, but then to my understanding over the bond that they're keeping to themselves the rest of the year.
They are acting as blue dragons normally act, being exactly as problematic or as unproblematic as normal. I will point out that until you met Azurai, you never saw a blue dragon or dealt with one.
That's true.
I mean, other than Elsementh's appearance over Tuca. But I will state that when they put their minds to fucking a place up, you get Storm Refile.
You get what?
Storm Refile. The place where you raised your army.
That was completely destroyed by lightning.
Yeah, that's the one.
Dragons decided, fuck this place in particular.
Yep.
Specifically blue dragons.
Yeah. So, they're capable.
Alright. I have nothing else to say at the moment, guys. I'll say over the bond.
Good.
Oh,
one more thing. Your very shrewd business dealing with Azurai that granted you the scales and this audience also acts as protection. You are, as I have stated, valued pieces in our collection. Things that threaten your existence, threaten the Horde, draw our ire. But there's a second piece to that. You'll find it exceedingly difficult to take any actions against me or my brood. Perhaps impossible.
It's hard. I don't understand. So.
You're thinking of using that lovely little pendant the old wizard gave you to find my scale and seal me away as you did my siblings. Cute. Honestly, commend the effort of brain power that went into that plan. But I can assure you, you will find yourself quite unable to complete it yourself or to coerce anyone else to do it for you. We are business partners. Until such time as you are no longer worthy of being in the Horde. Then you are no longer bound by its rules. But by then you would be quite past your ability to do anything about it.
Inoki.
That sounds like I'll that's okay.
Sounds like a good deal for both of us. Stay useful, General. And our conversations will be few, far between, and very mutually beneficial. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yep, sounds great.
At least someone's enthusiastic. Perhaps it is because your god and my dragons are aligned on one axis, but that's enough for me. The rest of you got any problems with our agreement?
That sounds like it's good to me.
Yeah, that works.
It is understood.
You kind of like the air kind of shifts a little bit as Elsementh seems to be chuckling a little. He says, I'm sorry, I'm just... I was told that there was a human in the group.
I change around.
But I was not informed of this cute and delicious smelling little bunny.
I was a dragonborn up until a few minutes ago.
Hopefully a more decisive dragonborn than the one before me. Oh, I suppose that is by definition true. Seeing as you are no longer a dragonborn, you did something decisive, perhaps that resulted in the blowing off of my brother's head.
Yeah, that was me.
Well, mortals do at times find ways to impress me, don't they? What's it gonna be called, mortals?
Elsementh Day.
Elsementh Day. Yeah. I like that. Alright then. You have your assignment. We have our agreement. My blue dragons are going to return to their homes, their hordes, and they're gonna do their best to leave all you little mortals to your games, as they had been. Doesn't take much to please us, luckily. Just productive little workers. Now, go be productive little workers. He's going to spread his great wings, blast you all with a gust of air as he rises into the sky, and you see him and most of the rest of the brood veering off, wheeling to either side along the coast, spreading themselves back out throughout Amaranta, off into the distance beyond mountains and into the clouds. You are left here with one blue dragon you recognize as Azurai, and the green dragons that you remember as Armasil and, pull it up. Armasil, the other one, Ixalith or something like that? Where's powerful people? There they are. Armashal and Indrix. And Azurai is going to step forward, still watching Elsementh specifically as he flies off. And he huffs out a warm breath over you as he looks down at General Yukikaze and says, "You certainly made that a challenging negotiation for my grandfather. That takes guts."
Well, being a follower of Bahamut, it took a lot period to even negotiate.
Just think of all the people who won't be slaughtered now.
And that is important to me.
Your prize was hard won, but I can say that at this moment I am glad to have added you to my horde. Keep up the good work. And we're over time.
I feel defeated. I really do. I don't feel like we won.
I'm satisfied.
Gray areas.
We saved a lot of people.
Yeah.
We only have one dragon to worry about at the time.
But the way the wording is, it feels like we are like magically compelled. We can't fucking do anything. Like, I don't know if it's just him.
Yeah, but we knew that. We had that.
Yeah.
We had those conversations.
I know, but like we had no definitive. Like we talked about it, and it was conjecture, but we didn't find any iron evidence on it, if I remember right.
We determined that they aren't magical. They're not magically bound, like with a contract with like a demon.
We did fully determine that. I don't remember us coming to.
Yeah, I thought we determined that we weren't. That it wasn't the same.
Okay, because we were tossing in the air so much, like I don't know.
Well, you can always test it.
Well, if it gets to that point, we will, but I will not push my luck at the moment.
I mean,
you just want to go in deck Azrai?
I mean, I guess that is one.
Just wanna...
There's a safer way to test it.
What? Think about going after him?
No. Elsementh told you that he knew about your plan to use your pendant to find his scale and kill him, but that wouldn't work. So you could see if the pendant will lead you to the scale.
Oh, see if it will activate.
Yeah.
But I'll hold off on it at the moment. I'm just gonna be like, that was hard. I'm actually mentally exhausted.
I'm physically exhausted. I have to go to bed.
Alright, let's call it there then. We'll see everybody next time for Everybody Loves Raiken for the denouement. Bye, stream!
Bye.
Bye.